Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the new chapter of physics, which is the motion. So first we have to understand what is motion is. What is motion is. Okay. In order to understand the motion, we are going to understand one example. Suppose here we have the road. Suppose here we have the road. Okay. Road is like this. And here we have any object. Here we have any object. So it is the initial position. We can say it is the initial position. Okay. But after some time, okay, if object is going to change its position from here to here, okay, from here to here, suppose now object is here. So it is the final position, we can say. Final position. Okay, see here, when this object is changes from one place to other, okay, it will take time. It will take time. Okay, so if any object changes its position with respect to time and surrounding, with respect to time and surrounding also, okay, is called as the motion. Is called as the motion. Understood everyone? What is motion is? If the position of an object is changes with respect to time and surrounding is called as motion. So I'm going to write the definition also. When an object changes its position with respect to time and surrounding, is called as motion.
Sir, I'll take the screenshot, sir.
Okay. So everyone understood what is motion is?
Yes, sir.
Everyone. Yogita.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just take a screenshot, beta. Done? Okay. So what we are going to cover in this chapter, we have to understand that first. I hope everyone understood what is motion is. Okay. So in this chapter, we are going to cover the equations of motion. So we have beta 3 equation of motion. One is called V equals to U plus AT. Okay, this is the first equation. V is final velocity, U is initial velocity, A is acceleration, and T is time. Second equation we have, it is S equals to UT plus half of AT square. This is the second equation of motion. We will derive the second, first, and third equation also. We have third equation, which is V square equals to U square plus 2AS. And these three equations of motions are very important. You have to learn by heart. Okay, because these equations are going to use in your higher classes also. Okay, second, we are going to understand uniform circular motion. In this chapter, we will going to cover the uniform circular motion, and first we will cover the circular motion also. Then we are going to cover the rate of motion. Then I think it should be rate of change in motion. Then we will cover the speed with direction, and speed with direction is nothing but velocity. Okay, so we can understood from here only speed is scalar quantity and direction is added here, so velocity is vector quantity. Okay. Then rate of change in velocity, which is nothing but the acceleration. We will cover that also in this chapter. Motion along with straight line, it is also called as linear motion. Linear motion. We will cover that also. It is also called a straight line motion or linear motion. Linear means in a line, in a straight line path. And we will cover the uniform and non-uniform motion. Very important. Okay. So all this point we are going to cover in this chapter. Understood, everyone? Do reply, beta. Everyone do reply.
Yes.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have already gone through about the definition. What it is, the change in position of an object with respect to time and surrounding is called as motion. Okay. See, the branch of the physics that deals with the study of motion of an object is known as mechanics. Is known as mechanics. And mechanics consist of three branches, beta. Which are they? One is called static, next kinematics, and number one dynamics. Okay. So what is static means? The static is nothing but the branch of mechanics, okay, that deals with the study of the object which are in rest condition. They are not moving anywhere. They are not performing motion. If you will study those, then it is comes under statics. It comes under static. Now, next, kinematics. Kinematics is nothing but again the branch of mechanics that deals with the study of describing the motion without going into the cause of motion. So we are not going to discuss why the motion is being caused. We are just like discussing motion is taking place. Okay, like suppose you are riding the bicycle. So we will study only the motion of the bicycle.
Yes,
But
like this.
yes, but not see why bicycle is in motion, because you are driving that, right? You are performing, like you are acting force on the pedal. That's why bicycle is moving. Is it or not? So we are not going to study the cause of motion. We are going to understand only how no, only like motion is takes place. So we'll going to understand only the motion part, not the cause of motion. Understood, everyone?
Like cause of motion is like loss, right? Like
Yes, yes,
external.
yes. Yeah, yeah. That we are going to like cover in the next part. Okay, next we have dynamics. So dynamics is again the branch of mechanics that deals with the study of motion of an object by taking it account the force which caused the motion. So here we are going to understand motion along with the cause. I mean, how motion is being performed by the object. Like suppose we are riding the motorbike, okay, like a moped or the or scooter, whatever it may be. So petrol is going to like burn there in order to produce the force, and that force drives the bike. Is it? So we are going to cover the force along motion along with the force, which causes the motion in dynamics part. Understood all these three part of mechanics, everyone? Statics, kinematics, and dynamic. Everyone.
Sir, I did not understand dynamics, sir.
Okay, okay. Suppose here we have the football, beta. Here we have the football. Okay, it is in rest condition, right?
Yes, sir.
If it is in rest, so it is statics, beta. It is statics. But if we will kick the football, it is going to jump at a certain height and then will fall on the ground and will roll. Is it till here? It is going to roll
Yes,
on the
sir.
ground. Yes. So it is performing motion, right?
Yes, sir.
So understanding and discussing and describing the motion is called as kinematics. Is called as kinematics. But how that motion perform? Because you kicked here. Is it or not? Means you are applying the force on the football. So motion along with the force which is causes the motion will study together. So I'm writing here motion with
So like will they
force.
like mean doesn't mean like they will check how the force is applied and what
Yes,
height and all those stuff?
yes, yes,
Yes, sir,
yes.
like external unbalanced force.
Yes, yes. So that
Okay.
motion along with that force will study together in dynamics. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So again, I want you to take a screenshot, then we are moving further.
Yes, sir. Taken, sir.
Okay, so now we are going to cover the important concept related to the chapter. Okay, related to the motion. So concept of the point object, we have to understand what is point object is. Then object is in rest condition, we are going to cover. Okay. Then object is in motion, we will cover that, and the difference point. Okay, means when object starts from the point A and reaches to point B. So we had to like identify the difference also between A and B, which is nothing but the distance. Okay, so what is point object is? A point object is one which has no linear dimension but possess a mass. Okay, like any point or the dot in a space which do not have length, height, okay, breadth is called as the point object, but which have mass. Very important, which have mass. Understood?
Yes,
Everyone?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In practice, this is not possible. In physics, an object is termed as a point object if the distance is traveled is very large as compared to its dimension. Okay. See, in physics, an object is the termed as the point object. So whatever the study we are going to perform, okay, like object is moving from one place to other, okay, is nothing but the difference from this 2 point object is called as the distance. So here that points of object we will cover because we actually don't have the the object. We are just considering here, okay. We are just considering if suppose any object or point object A is traveling 100 meter of distance and reaches to the point B. Okay, so that point A and point B are nothing but the point object. Understood, everyone? Do reply, beta. Okay, and the comparison between them is called as the distance. Okay, means suppose point A have 0 after zero means what? It is the distance, zero distance, because we are starting motion from this point object. Okay, so it is u will be 0 and not u. Okay, it is a position only. Okay, and it travels 100 meter. Means the difference between point A and point B will be of 100 meter. Is it? Yeah, so this is nothing but the distance between the 2 point object. Okay, example. Moving a person on Earth as seen from the distance aircraft in the space or satellite are called as point object. Suppose here we have the Earth surface, and if object or the person is moving from here to here, and if we will object from the very large distance from the space, okay, so then that object which is like person which is moving from one point to other point is considered as the point object from very large distance. Understood? Everyone? Do
Yes.
reply, beta. Okay. Second point, very important. Size of the earth moving in a space is taken as the point with respect to large universe. If we will consider the earth as a point object, but if we will consider in mind with respect to universe, because universe is have no limit, and Earth for universe is the point object. Okay. Number 3. Earth is treated as a point object during its revolution around the sun. Okay, like whenever we are going to understand the revolution of Earth around the sun. Suppose here we have the sun and Earth is revolving around the sun, so it is taking like time as well as this traveling distance also. Like suppose it takes one complete year, means 365 days and 6 hours to complete one rotation, right? So in this case, that Earth is considered as a point object. Understood everyone? What is point object is? Okay, now we are going to understand the reference point. Okay, reference point. Okay, all motions are studied with respect to the reference point. Such a reference point is called as origin. Origin means from where this is the point from where the motion is being performed or it is being calculated. Okay, suppose Lalita Ditya is standing over here. Okay, or maybe he is walking, but we are going, and after some time Lalita Ditya reaches this particular point. Okay, so from here to here, okay, Lalita Ditya is traveling the distance. So that point is termed as origin, because from here we are performing our study. So it is the point from where we are starting the study of the motion is called as origin. Is called as origin. The motion of the body is studied with respect to origin only. Okay, and whenever we are performing or going to understand the motion, so we are taking origin as a initial point. As an initial point. The reference point is a fixed point with respect to which body changes its position. So reference point means any point from where we are performing the study of that study of motion of that object. That point is referred as the reference point. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next we have the rest. Very simple. Rest is if an object does not change its position with respect to time and surrounding, then it is in rest condition. It is said to be in rest. An object is said to be at rest if it does not change its position with respect to surrounding and time. Okay, so with surrounding and time, if position is not changing, so that object is considered as in a rest condition. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose the stone laying on the hill. Stone laying on the hill is in rest condition. Taj Mahal is in Agra. Okay. Is Agra is changing its position to Delhi, Pune, Hyderabad? Is it changing?
No, sir, unless an extreme.
Yes. Yes. Means it is again in a rest condition. Burj Khalifa is in Dubai. After one, it is going to shift in US, America.
No, sir.
In Mumbai,
No, sir.
Hyderabad,
No, sir.
means it is again in rest condition. Okay, good, good, very good. What is motion is? If an object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to surrounding and time is called as motion. Like Lalita, this is at his home now, but tomorrow Lalita Ditya is going to visit his school. After the class, Lalita Ditya is going to visit the kitchen to see what mom is going to prepare. He is going to visit on the living room in order to watch the movie. So Lalita Ditya is going to perform the motion, right? Because he is changing position with respect to time as well as surrounding. Is it or not?
Yes, sir. The object changes.
Yes. So when object changes its position with respect to time as well as surrounding is called as motion. Very good. Okay. Now here we have one important note to keep in our mind. Okay. Note, rest and motion are the relative term. Why they are relative? There is nothing like absolute rest. Why it is not absolute rest? Because suppose here we have an iron object, but iron object is made up of particles of ferrous atom, right? Is it or not? Do
Yes, so
reply.
like they're continuously
Yes.
moving, but
And
for us,
in ferrous, we have at the center called nucleus, and in different shell, electrons are revolving continuously on its own axis as well as around the nucleus, right? Is it or not? Do reply, beta. Even that Burj Khalifa, Taj Mahal,
so
the
nothing is like at rest because it's made up of.
yes, nothing is like in rest because our universe, not our Earth is moving. Means along with Earth, we are is in motion.
Yes,
Our
sir, so
solar
technically,
system,
like, nothing.
our solar system is also moving toward the black
Sir?
hole. Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Sir, we
beta.
cannot say like anything is like it is at rest because of the
Yes,
fact that we make sound and big sound happens when there are vibrations.
yes, yes,
So it does
yes.
move.
Yes, but in atom also, if you will consider a single atom, here nucleus, we have the center and electrons are revolving around it, means that atom is again not in rest condition. So, and all other objects around us are made up of tiny atoms only. So nothing is in absolute rest condition. Okay. This means that an object came to be at rest also is in motion. Even in Burj Khalifa is in motion, but with respect to that motion takes place oscillating like electrons and atoms, they are moving
Yes, so they,
here like this. Yes, 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 with mean position.
sir,
At,
and the rest and
yes,
motion are related
yes,
terms,
yes,
like
yes, yes,
going in
yes.
between.
At the same time, yes, of all objects which are stationary on the earth are said to be at rest with respect to the earth. So if suppose stone is laying down on the hill, so with respect to earth it is in motion, but with respect to our solar system it is not in motion because it is moving along with the earth. Is it or not? Is it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay,
Yes,
next.
sir.
But with respect to the sun, we are making a revolution at 30 kilometer per second. Okay. And it takes 1 year to complete one revolution around the sun. Hence, we are in motion with respect to sun. Okay. In order to study the motion, okay, therefore we are to choose a fixed position or the point with respect to which we are going to start the study of motion, and which is nothing but the reference point. That's why we have to consider the reference point to study the motion. Such a point or a fixed position is called as a reference point that we already gone through, or it is also called as origin. Okay, in order to describe the motion, okay, of an object, we need to keep in mind three things. Number one, the distance of the body from the reference point. This reference point is called as origin of the motion, means from where the motion has started. Number two, the direction of the motion of the body, okay, in which direction the motion is being performed, we have to consider that also. And the time of the motion, means how long it will take to reach from one position to the next. So this is all about the introduction part of the motion. So again, I want you have to take a screenshot for here. Wait a second.